Alright, so continuation of 1.7. Okay, well, not really continuation, but examples for 1.7. So when we do absolute value, how many problems or how many equations do we have? We have 2. Okay, we have to set it up as equal to the positive number and then also equal to the negative number to account for the absolute value. So the first part is just checking solutions. It says to decide whether the given number is a solution of the equation. So, number 4, the absolute value of d plus 6 is equal to 10. And we're plugging in the number -4. So when I plug in -4 plus 6 is equal to 10. Is that true? What's -4 plus 6? 2 equal to 10. Is that true? Nope, so it's not a solution. Okay, and you have to write not a solution. If it is, you have to write that it is a solution. One more of those really fast. Number 8, the absolute value of 17 minus 8r is equal to 15. And we're plugging in the number 4. So 17 minus 8 times 4. 8 times 4 is 17 minus 32 is what? Yeah, so it's important to keep the bars here, okay? Because this gives us -15, okay? And then that actually gives us positive 15 because of the absolute value. So it is a solution. Yes. Because you have to wait until you're like done with everything inside of it and then do it. Okay, 17 minus 32 is -15, but it's an absolute value, meaning it's going to make it positive. So positive 15 is equal to positive 15. Yes. Wait, what? I don't understand your question. Well, because, for one, this answer was positive. Because you're taking the absolute value of it. Yes, it's going to be positive. It would be no solution. Yes. Yes. For the next ones, they say to solve the equation and graph the solution. We're not going to do the graph the solution part. But we are going to solve them. So number 10, the absolute value of y is equal to -5. What is y? But is that equal to -5? What? Yes. We can't change it. It's got to be as is. Is there any values of y that when you take the absolute value is going to be equal to -5? No, so it's no solution. Okay, so this one does not have a solution, but you have to write no solution, obviously. Because if not, I'll think you just didn't do the problem. 14. The absolute value of h minus 4 is equal to 4. So I need to solve this. So how would I set that up? How many equations do I set up for absolute value? So let's set those up first. Okay, so I have two separate equations here. Yep, so, and then this one. So those are your two answers. For those ones, yeah. The next one's still, like, 9 through 32 are literally, like, all the same. They're just grouped in two different sections. So moving down, 22. 3g plus 14 is equal to 7. Yep, so we set it up with 1 is equal to 7, 1 is equal to negative 7. And then solve for g. And then the other one. And so both of these are your answers for that one. It's getting ready to get a little harder because we're going to check for extraneous solutions. Yes. You always do it on the outside. Yes. All right. Let's go to, do we need to see another one of that type? I feel like we're good. Okay. It's pretty much just solving, just making sure you set up two equations. That's the biggest mistake that you see with absolute values. People forget to set up both equations. So the next set, we're still solving the equation, but then we have to check for extraneous solutions. Okay, what did I say extraneous solutions were? Okay, so it's a solution that you get when you solve the problem, but when you plug it back in, it doesn't actually work. Okay, essentially is what it boils down to. So you have to plug it back into the original inequality and check it. Let's see. Let's start with 34. We have the absolute value of 3x minus 4 is equal to x. Yep. Yeah, I can do it either way. I like to keep my x's on the left, but it's up to you. I don't care. You should have two answers. I know that. Were those the same answer? So does that mean they're extraneous? No. Okay. So we have 2x is equal to 4. So we have x is equal to 2. And then we have 4x is equal to 4. So x is equal to 1. So now we have to check them back in the original equation. Okay, so I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to check them. So the absolute value of 3 times 2 minus 4 is equal to 2. The absolute value of 6 minus 4 is equal to 2. Absolute value of 2 is equal to 2. 2 is equal to 2. So that one is good. The other one, let's see. The absolute value of 3 times 1 minus 4 is equal to 1. So the absolute value of 3 minus 4. Absolute value of negative 1 is equal to 1. So 1 is equal to 1. So that one's good. So we didn't have any extraneous solutions, so both of these exist. Okay, so you have to check both of them, and you have to show them like step by step of what you're doing for those ones. All right, 38. The absolute value of 9 minus 2x is equal to 10 plus 3x. So ideas on how to set this one up. To make this one of them negative. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Yep. So 9 minus 2x is equal to 10 plus 3x. So that's the one we just copy it down. The other one would be 9 minus 2x is equal to, we're going to have to put the negative on both things, so I'm just going to go ahead and show it like that. Okay, or the negative outside of a parentheses would work too. No, you can just do it like I'm doing it. Alright, so somebody solve this left one for me. Talk me through what to do. Okay. If you add 2x over, that gives you 3x. Subtract 10, you get negative 1. Oh. X is negative 1/5. And then over here, alright, so now I need to check them. So I have the absolute value of 9 minus 2 times negative 1/5 is equal to 10 plus 3 times negative 1/5. So I need to get a common denominator here, so I'm going to multiply this 9 by 5 over 5 to give me 45 over 5. Plus 2/5. What? Negative times negative, positive. Alright, over here I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to multiply the 10 by 5 over 5 to give me 50 over 5, minus 3 over 5. So this gives me 47 over 5. And since there's no negatives over here, I can just go ahead and drop the absolute value bars. 47 over 5 is equal to 47 over 5. So we know that that answer works. Now we need to check negative 19. So the absolute value of 9 minus 2 times negative 19 is equal to 10 plus 3 times negative 19. So what is this? Nine minus, is it minus? What's 9 plus 38? Just trying to save a step. And over here, so that one does not work. Okay, that's not true. So what we do is we come up here and we label this one as extraneous. Okay, just that one. So the actual solution is negative 1/5. Negative 19 was extraneous. Okay, so you need to show that. Yes. I'm showing that it doesn't work. Normally I put a check if it works. I was just showing that it doesn't work. Alright, so the last thing that we need to look at really quickly here is just doing them with inequalities. Okay, we're still not going to graph them. Okay, we did graphing last section, so I'm not worried about graphing this time. So we're purely just going to be solving them. So, let's see, 46. The absolute value of n minus 11 is greater than or equal to 1. So what do I do with this one? Okay, so when we do the negative one, remember we have to flip the sign, okay, because essentially it's like we're dividing by a negative. So then solve for n. And in the other one? Yes, but we need to write them correctly. Huh? Yep, they're going opposite directions, so it's an or. So we would need to write n is less than or equal to 10, or n is greater than or equal to 12. Okay, so anything between doesn't work. Okay, so like 11 doesn't work, so that's why we have to write them separately. Well, no, they're actually facing opposite, but I wrote them in number order. Because you'd want your smallest number on the left and your biggest number on the right. Yes. You sure? Okay. And let's wrap it up with 48, unless y'all need to see another example after that. Absolute value of f plus 6 is less than 2. And solve for f. Good. This one is an and, okay, because f is less than negative 4, but it's greater than negative 8. So we would need to write this as negative 8 is less than f is less than negative 4. So I just read it and just see where it makes sense. So I just figure out where it goes. So I just realized that f is less than negative 4, and then the other one is that it's greater than negative 8. I know that negative 8, so the way I would rewrite it first is that f is greater than negative 8, and then f is less than negative 4. So then I would see that it's between those two, is how I like to think about it, and then you can combine them together. Any questions about these ones? Do we need to see another one, or we think we're good? Everybody's good? Okay. So you have about 25 minutes, so let me give you your problems. All right. 9, 17, 25, 35, 37, 45, and 55.